Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the pursuit of stability and peace. If you didn't already recognize, I am super nervous about this. But to introduce myself, I am Nix. I am a South African Indian woman, 35 years old, and in a bit of a identity crisis. Out of desperation, I decided, let me create a YouTube channel. And sure, this is the most outrageous thing I've ever done in my entire life. And this will probably be the most boring thing for a lot of people, but for me, it's an entirely outrageous thing for me to be doing. And I hope to grow this in an attempt to hopefully motivate someone to be able to try something new, even though they are unable to think about how they're even going to get their next meal. And so I've taken down a lot of notes, and it's going to be a little bit awkward, so please bear with me. I am not a professional. I am just a normal person struggling in South Africa and trying to make sense of the world that I am living in. So let's get into this. If there's any pause or silence in this video, it's because I am reading my notes and I am not I'm not a professional, so don't come for me, okay? I'm trying to keep this as real as I can. Okay, so the purpose of my channel is basically to document my journey in pursuit of stability and peace. The last few decades of my life have been to keep the peace for other people. And through a lot of hard work, it's taken me some time to sort of break away from that and make the decision for myself. And it's not pretty, and it's not going to be nice, and I needed something to be different for me. Something I also wanted to do was, gain knowledge and share what I've learned along the way. It's to build my confidence for just speaking up for myself. Hopefully to also reach people just like me and show them that they are not alone, to hopefully see that no cause, no idea is not worth pursuing, to change what is possible, and to know that change is possible and growth is possible no matter where you are, no matter where your emotional state is, no matter what your mental state is or your financial state. I am literally starting this with my old Samsung Z3 with no editing skills, no no recording skills, no speaking skills, nothing whatsoever. And um, something that I'd like to motivate other people with is to start doing that for themselves. Um, it's also my menial attempt to keep myself occupied and make a little extra money if I'm able to grow this journey and this channel. Um, and hopefully help some other people. People who are just like me, who never leave their house, who sometimes think that what is the point of moving on if I'm never going to succeed at anything? I'd like to change someone else's mind. If only it would be the case that I would help change my mind as well. What you will see here is only my hands. That could change in the future, but I would like to remain as anonymous as possible. It's and I do have a lot of insecurities. I do have a lot of insecurities. Sorry. I do have a lot of insecurities that stop me from doing anything that I want to do that could be considered bold and outrageous. And but I figured I have to start somewhere, so this is what you will see. I would like to post all kinds of content, whether it be from budgeting or planning or I don't know, learning something new like editing skills. I would like to post anything that documents my journey that would be helpful to me for my healing and growth, whether it be emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, sometimes spiritually. I'm not a very religious person. But it's something that is actually important that I found. It gives me a little sense of purpose sometimes. If we move on to any aspect of my life, it's going to have to be to help me be accountable for myself. It's content that would just document my journey. It's not going to be in pursuit of giving advice or persuading people to try the things that I'm doing. It's simply for the purposes of me helping myself grow in all aspects of my life and hopefully motivating someone else to be able to take that step that takes them out of the fear of failing. And it's not only that, it's to be able to try and act despite having so much fear. And this is not going to be content that would always be exciting or fun or pretty, because I have a very ugly jersey on right now, but it's going to be real for me. And I hope that my journey inspires someone else to start their journey, because no one deserves to be in any kind of prison, whether it's even one of their own making. And I I hope to change that for myself and for someone else. Whew. I I am seriously considering cutting this and restarting, but I'm not going to do that because I want to reflect something that is real and something that is relatable to someone who is not an American citizen, a United States citizen. That um, we all have the ability to make ourselves successful. We just have too many people in our head, and we've allowed too many people to have a say in what goes on in our lives. Um, and this is another attempt to sort of unlearn that. Um, so the title of this channel is why am I doing this? And here's my why. Um, so all of the content that I watch is of people at certain points in their lives or journeys, and it doesn't. It makes me feel like we are always only showcasing what things are like when we are starting to succeed, and we don't document all of the things that we go through when we are just starting out, all of the struggles, all of the doubts, all of the ugliness that comes with it. And I'd while I'm not shunning the content that I have watched, I mean, it's helped me a lot. I want to have something that's relatable to people like me, people um, in South Africa, in Johannesburg, in the sort of community that I have, um, despite it being not an actual community. I mean, we're a community of extroverted introverts that never leave our house, but when we find our people, sure, we're very, very out there. But I want to show what it's like when you're starting from zero. And everyone's zero or bottom line is not the same. And this would be a perspective from my zero in terms of my life. And um, someone else could have a worse situation than me. And I completely understand that. And I am not discrediting that they have worse circumstances than me. But to attempt to give them the courage to take out your old phone and record something, even though you're getting old and don't know how to do much, and Gen Z makes you feel like you're so inadequate sometimes. But this would be me. No nails, no fancy background, no equipment, no editing skills, no knowledge of what this entire online community has in store for you. So basically, my zero, but also with the knowledge that this would grow and evolve and help me come to terms with my own failures and be more accepting of my own successes, no matter how much I don't think they are. And try to motivate myself and other people as well. Another reason is that I don't come across enough South African content that shows things that I'm interested in. And I understand that I might be ignorant and I might not be exposed and I don't know what to search for, but I'm hoping to come into contact with those like-minded individuals. Um, but also, um, I'd like to, I don't have problems. I come across, sorry, I, everything I come across is either from the USA or is British or Irish or Australian. And if you're South African, you know, especially with like budgeting videos, you don't have a lot of content that's relatable. I mean, they give you ideas of what you want to do. They give you ideas of like budget savings challenges, but we as South Africans know that there's a huge difference between USD, GBP, and Australian dollars, and the exchange rate is so outrageous that you can't, in a sense, relate. And I'm not saying that I'm only going to make budgeting videos. I'm going to try and um, be diverse in what I post, because my life is not just one aspect. It's not just financial stability that I'm looking for. It's stability and peace in every aspect of my life. And that I'm hoping to be able to have a cohesive um, life and balanced in that sense. I don't only want to do one thing. I want to be inspired, and I want to be inspirational, and I want to be motivated, and I want to be motivating to someone who doesn't have that in their lives at this time. Um, there are so many aspects of my life that I don't want that I don't want to only focus on one thing. Um, the pursuit of stability and peace involves multiple aspects of your life, and pursuing those things involves also balancing all of those. Um, and while I agree that you can't focus on everything at all times, but you need to eventually be able to integrate all of those things in your life so that you can live happily, just with some kind of joy. And I'm hoping to grow into that. And I chose the name for this channel as Pursuit of Stability and Peace because, like everything in your life, nothing is ever constant. There's always ups and downs, there's crests and valleys, and you need to be able to recover from the downfalls, and you need to be able to appreciate the successes. And it's always a moment that you feel that stability and the moment that you feel that peace. And if you are able to get to that point where you are feeling that peace and stability, it's never going to last, but it's also not something that you're ever going to let go of. Those are the small aspects of your life that will help you feel happiness and joy. And if you can get to that, and you can focus on the crests instead of the valleys, it can be really freeing in a sense. I don't know how else to explain that, or hopefully in future videos I can, but we'll see. So that's another aspect of it. I also, one important reason for me was I have always wanted to help other people grow and succeed, but I have always been scared, too shy, too conscious, too insecure to even attempt starting something. And I am at that point in my life where I'm trying to learn about myself And I've realized that in order for me to learn about myself and the things I want and unlearn the things that I don't, I need to take some steps that would put my teenage self into a paralytic coma. Honestly, I'm I'm hoping to reach like-minded people so they can grow and get out of their shells and start their journeys to being the best version of themselves. And I do say that honestly because it's so nice to see people succeed at whatever they're doing, because no one knows your reasons for what you do. No one knows your struggles, and no one can truly understand what it takes to get to where you are or are and or want to be. And sometimes you need someone in your corner to just be like, that is great. You do you be your successful self, and just go for it. But be a decent human being. Um don't do it at other people's expense. Um, so having said that, I do want to put a disclaimer. I am not qualified to give out advice or pretend to do so in any kind of way. And I will never insinuate that others take my words as instruction or advice. My content is solely or will solely be to document my journey and to hopefully inspire people to start theirs and be better human beings. I don't think there's enough of that in the world, and people are so selfish in the sense that they'll trample on other people in order to get themselves ahead. And I have realized I am not that person, and I've always shot myself in the foot um, for some of my successes because of that. So that's also one thing that I'm going to try and unlearn. The next reason is, well, it's and I think this is one of the most important ones that this persuaded me to start this. Was it's also an attempt to hold myself accountable for my actions. Unfortunately, I have been my own saboteur, my own worst enemy. um i've always have I've always had people in my life telling me in more ways how I could fail, and you know laugh at me for every decision that comes to mind or every decision that I make. um and I've realized that I started to believe that, and I've not been successful in the way that I've wanted to, was because I have always stopped myself from pursuing things or taking action against things that could make me successful. Um, so, like many people, I'm my own worst enemy, and this channel is going to be an attempt to hold myself accountable, um, so I can push through the doubt and fear and insecurities and that voice telling me that you can't make it. um, it's to hold myself accountable to the things that I can do, and I'm hoping that um, that would help, in a sense, me and just one person. I just want to, even if I don't know it, I just want to inspire one person. So uh someone's gonna ask, why be as anonymous as possible? As big as the world is, it's also really small. And when things go viral, they go really viral. And not that it's something that I'm hoping for, but not something I'm expecting. But I know that I have family and people in my life that do not want to see me happy or successful. I don't want to give them the chance to use it against me. I I want to be successful, and I know I'm my own worst enemy sometimes, but I don't want to give them or anyone or even myself a chance to find an excuse for this not to work out. I've also had in previous years given their opinions too much sway in my life. While I do not want to give them the chance to manipulate, laugh, or discourage me, I also need to protect myself in the sense that I want to be able to learn it myself because I haven't had the chance to do that before. And it's the only way I can think of that would help me, even give me that little bit of a boost before, I don't know, the world knows me. And when I say world, I mean like maybe the 10 people who might subscribe to this channel. I don't know. But I'm hoping it would be. And I'm hoping that this goes out and people understand my point of view and that they can relate in some way. And that's all I ask for. I will say though that I will not condone hateful speech. And if I am wrong and I am approached about it decently, however subjective that word is to you, I would take it into consideration and admit when I'm wrong. This channel will consistently grow as I grow. It's not going to always have the same content. It's not always going to be the same things. I won't always have this boring white background with my sad pen holder. It won't always be good and exciting and entertaining. It might have tears. It might have downfalls. It might have bad news. It might be boring. But it will be a depiction of my life from my view and my attempts at making it a good, stable, and peaceful life. And like I said, that involves many aspects of my life and me learning how to coordinate between those and balance it out. And also learning about myself in the same breath. I mean, imagine being 35 years old and not knowing who you are. And I think there's so many more people that can relate to that. But they just don't know how to go about doing it. And I'm hoping to inspire people to start finding that out about themselves as well. So if you would like to join me on that journey, please like, interact, and subscribe. I'm hoping not to embarrass myself too much, but whether I'm going to try and be consistent with what I post, when I post, how I post it, but it will not be professional. It will not be the thing. And don't come for me to say use AI. I'm so distrustful. I've watched too much of the Terminator to I'm a millennial, so Final Destination, Terminator, they all really influence my life and my views. So don't laugh at me. But thank you, and I hope to see you soon. And I hope to be as inspirational as I hope to learn lot, everyone. And I promise that my vocabulary will also improve as I post, or as this journey progresses. Thank you, and bye bye.